The Barbizon school of painters were part of an art movement towards realism in art, which arose in the context of the dominant Romantic movement at the time. The Barbizon school was active roughly from 1830 through 1870. It takes its name from the village of Barbizon, France, near the Forest of Fontainebleau, where many of the artists gathered. Some of the most prominent features of this school are its tonal qualities, color, loose brushwork, and softness of form. History. In 1824 the Salon de Paris exhibited works of John Constable, an English painter. His rural scenes influenced some of the younger artists of the time, moving them to abandon formalism and to draw inspiration directly from nature. Natural scenes became the subjects of the paintings rather than mere backdrops to dramatic events. During the revolutions of 1848 artists gathered at Barbizon to follow Constable's ideas, making nature the subject of the paintings. The French landscape became a major theme of the Barbizon painters. The leaders of the Barbizon school were Théodore Rousseau, Jean-François Millet, and Charles-François d'Orbigny. Other members included Jules Dupré, Constant Troyon, Charles-Jacques Narcisse Vigilio Diaz, Pierre-Emmanuel Damoy, Charles-Olivier de Penay, Henri Harpenais, Paul-Emmanuel Pereire, Gabriel Hippolyte Lebas, Albert Charpin, Félix Seim, François-Louis Francais, Émile Van Mark, and Alexandre Defoe. Millet extended the idea from landscape to figures, peasant figures, scenes of peasant life, and work in the fields. In The Gleaners, for example, Millet portrays three peasant women working at the harvest. Gleaners are poor people who are permitted to gather the remains after the owners of the field complete the main harvest. The owners and the laborers are seen in the back of the painting. Millet shifted the focus and the subject matter from the rich and prominent to those at the bottom of the social ladders. To emphasize their anonymity and marginalized position, he hid the faces. The women's bowed bodies represent their everyday hard work. In the spring of 1829, Jean-Baptiste Camille Corot came to Barbizon to paint in the Forest of Fontainebleau. He had first painted in the forest at Chalais in 1822. He returned to Barbizon in the autumn of 1830 and in the summer of 1831, where he made drawings and oil studies, from which he made a painting intended for the Salon of 1830, View of the Forest of Fontainebleau, and, for the Salon of 1831, another, View of the Forest of Fontainebleau. While there he met the members of the Barbizon school, Théodore Rousseau, Paul Huet, Constant Troyon, Jean-François Millet, and the young Charles-François d'Orbigny. During the late 1860s, the Barbizon painters attracted the attention of a younger generation of French artists studying in Paris. Several of those artists visited Fontainebleau Forest to paint the landscape, including Claude Monet, Pierre-Auguste Renoir, Alfred Sisley, and Frédéric Bazzi. In the 1870s those artists, among others, developed the art movement called impressionism and practiced plein air painting. Both Théodore Rousseau and Jean-François Millet died at Barbizon. Influence in Europe. Painters in other countries were also influenced by this art. Beginning in the late 19th century, many artists came to Paris from Austria-Hungary to study the new movements. For instance, the Hungarian painter János Thoma studied in Paris as a young man. In 1896 he was one of the founders of the Negrebani artists' colony in what is now Baia Mare, Romania, which brought Impressionism to Hungary. In 2013 the Hungarian National Gallery opens a major retrospective of his work, entitled János Thoma, the painter of the Hungarian Barbizon. The 8th of February to the 19th of May 2013, Hungarian National Gallery. Gallery. Related artists: Gustave Courbet, Karl Bodmer, Hippolyte Boulanger, Nicolae Grigorescu, H.I. Marlet, Adolphe Joseph Thomas Monticelli, Eugene Boudin, Antonio Fontaines